So things did not go exactly as planned with making this go live. So I'm just going to be here making sure I've got the technology on this all set up. I think I'm live. Yeah, there we go. I see myself now. All right. So it looks like nobody's here yet, which is great. Maybe I can edit this out later. Yeah, I hope the sound is right. Okay, I'm going to step away from the camera for a moment. I need my earbuds. I will be right back. Okay, technology. Well, the thing is, I'm not using the same software I usually use when I go live. I'm just doing YouTube. Yeah, okay, so now I know the sound is fine. And all right, here we go. So why am I here today? I was in a conversation with Lisa Papez. We were doing a little live stream video about the importance of play when we're reading tarot, and somehow the subject came up of making gift boxes for ourselves as a matter of self-care. And I said, well, I've been doing this for years. Probably about 5 years I've been doing this. I make myself a gift box for the winter holidays or Yule, and it's something I've really enjoyed doing. Now, in the past, when I made my box, I have to say, I frequently forgot what was in it because I started gathering things in the summer and the fall, and I would package it up, usually a couple months before the actual holiday. And so I frequently I had surprises. So this year I'm not going to have any surprises because I'm making a video and it's like a little bit scripted. So that's kind of funny, but all right. So what do I need to tell you about the timing on this? So I had to go to the dentist today, and she was maybe a little more generous with the anesthesia stuff around my mouth than she needed to be. So that was like, see, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 4 hours ago. And I'm still like dribbling a little bit. So if my lips look kind of wonky or I drool on myself, that's what that's all about. And another timing issue that I wanted to talk about is that, so here we are at the beginning of the first harvest, or Lammas, or I'm never sure how to say this right, Ludasa? Anyway, it is the first harvest. So we're in the end of, not the end of summer, late mid-summer, and we're harvesting things. If you have a garden, if you have a farm, if you grow any of your own things, you're harvesting them. So I've been harvesting tomatoes and squash, but mostly herbs and flowers, like gathering a lot of herbs and things. And some of those items may end up in my box. So hopefully you are going to make a box, and I just going to show you a couple of examples that I have here. So you could just use a plain old box, right? Nothing fancy. Or I like to save gift boxes. When I get gift boxes, I save them. So this was actually a box that I got tea. Yeah, I ordered some tea. T2 went out of business in North America, and I bought a bunch for myself because it was like a great sale, and I got it in this cool box. So this is the box I'm going to use. Now, if you are watching live and you want to go get your box now, I'm just going to talk about something not important. If you are on the replay squad, you could hit the pause button now and go get your box. Okay, so let's talk about this box. This is something I just got today, and it's something for, I'm getting ready for Renaissance Fair, and I decided I wanted to do steampunk And in my Dungeons and Dragons game, I am a Harengon, which is fancy for rabbit. So I got this hat that is like a steampunk with ears. So it's kind of like going to be a cross of my D&D character and steampunk, because I thought that would be fun. Like, I'm time traveling back to the Renaissance. Get it? So this hat is big. I knew it was going to be big. I was planning on putting something in here to tighten it up, but this rim, the brim is kind of messed up. So I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to try to return this and get another one. Yeah. Anyway, that will happen well before Yule. I'll put that down, and if you've got your box, maybe you're ready. So now, what are we going to put in the box? So I've got my notes here. So this is really a self-care activity, and what is going to feel like self-care to me might not necessarily feel like self-care to you. So what I'm going to show you are things that work for me, but they might not work for you. But you can look at it as a broad category, and what is in that category needs to be specific to you. Yeah, like some people might be happy with this box, but they would be kind of unusual, like me. So the main thing is that you want to open up this box and feel cared for and feel loved. So, self-love is, to my way of looking at the world right now, where I am in my life, self-love is like the most important kind of love that I can nurture. And out of that grows my ability to love others and to be open to them loving me. Like, if I don't love myself, if I don't feel good about myself, it's hard for me to accept love and care from other people. And that, I think, is kind of a universal truth. That's not just me in my worldview. So for me, what I would need as a holiday gift, a celebration to feel love and care and get that warm hug feeling, I would need food. I would want multiple gifts, and I would want something that helped me to feel connected both to the world, to people in the world in general, and to some specific people in the world that I really love. So my feelings about Yuletide is also unique. I was raised Catholic, so I was raised with a very Christian celebration centering around December 25th. I have specific foods associated with that time of year, and feelings about what do I want to say about this? Like, as I grew older, wanting different things at different stages in my life and wanted them from different people. And then there was this overriding feeling of magic, like this is a magical time when dreams can come true and it would be wondrous. And because I had a child, I had the opportunity to do my best to create that feeling for my child, that they could have wishes and live through the experience of having those wishes fulfilled. So that's, the gift list that you go out and get or whatever. So I like to try to recreate that feeling for myself, because there is no mom or dad or Santa Claus or fairies, good fairies, to make my wishes come true. I kind of have to do it for myself, which is okay. Actually, I don't mind that. So to make this box, oh wait, I have to talk about history a little bit more. So that's my childhood experience. But then once I got into my young adult years, my mature adult years, my older adult years, what happened for the Jewish people that I lived around and loved and cared about was a different holiday, right? It was Hanukkah. And so I've been celebrating Hanukkah now for a few decades, actually. So that I have to kind of fold that in a little bit too, because that's important. It's a different set of foods, different set of expectations for what the gifts might be. And then overall, what's underneath the whole thing, what really touches my mature spiritual heart right now, is that it's a pagan, there's a pagan celebration here, Yule. And that's why I'm calling it a Yule box, because that's really more what it is for me. And I don't know exactly when I will open it. It just depends on, what's going to be happening at that time of year is a complete mystery to me, a total mystery. My life is very unsettled. So I'm going to make the box. I don't know when I'm going to open it. All right, so now I'm going to get back into what you might want to think about as you're assembling your box. So first, think about what's your personal, given all that stuff that I was talking about for me, you want to sort of think about that with you. If you're watching this on the replay squad, you're really going to make this box, it might be worth putting the video on pause and just journaling for a few minutes about your experiences with this time of year and what your expectations are and how you can care for yourself and how you can meet some of those expectations for yourself. Yeah, okay, if you're live, we're just barreling through. So the next thing I do is I think of something that I'm interested in, that I might like to get. So in years past, I got a lot of personal care items for myself. I got makeup and skincare and stuff like that. This year, I'm sort of looking at what I have here. This year, not much in that category, if at all. So I thought about a few categories that I was interested in. We're about to go through those. And then I thought, well, this is not, for me, it does not need to be about spending a lot of money. It's more the 3 R's, the reduce, reuse, recycle thing. Like, what do I have that I can repurpose as a gift for myself? And what would I want to go out and get fresh? And so that's where we are. So we're going to start now. I'm going to take my box. I'm going to open it up and put it here in my lap. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'm looking at my monitor down here if you're wondering why I look down. We don't need this paper, I don't think. All right, so the first thing that's going to go in here is this Winter Bath Blessings Kit. Now, I got this from Dolly Moo last year for 2022. And I didn't use it all. I used some of it, but not all of it. So I'm saved this, and I thought I'll just use it next year. I've got oil, I've got some black salt, I've got a little charm candle holder, and I didn't burn my whole candle down. And I've got this little bag of dried, it's some citrus fruit, some berries, and a cinnamon stick. And then there was an extra bath bag. It's like a tea bag with herbs for that time of year. So I did not use this. So I'm going to put that in here. And so that's going to feel like a gift when I open it up again, because there's more than enough for at least another 1, maybe 2 baths. Then I'm going to put this tea bag. This is a T2 Christmas, which that's one of the things that I got in this box when I ordered it. All right, now the next couple of things that I have in my box. There are 2 people that I love very much that I will not be able to be with at Christmas. One is my mom and one is my daughter. And the whole mother-daughter chain is kind of it's really important to me. So I searched around and I thought, well, what are a couple of things that I have in my house that's going to make me feel connected to them? And there was this. My mom loves these hand masks, and she keeps sending them to me. I think she forgets how many she sends. So I've got several of them. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I have this gift from my daughter, which is a little piece. Whoops. See if I can make this show. It's a little piece of lavender in lucite. and on a chain. So when I open this box, I can put this on, and that will help me feel closer to my daughter. I'm just popping these things in right now, by the way. I'm going to go back and rewrap them with some tissue stuff, but you don't need to watch and listen to me hear that whole thing. All right, now I have another deck that I'm going to put in here. So this is the Big Fan Tarot, which is one of those magpie mismatch decks. And when I got it, I did do a walkthrough. I suppose I could put that in the comments below if you want to see it. I noticed that there were several cards that had a winter or Christmas theme. And at the time I commented and I said, well, I think I'm going to make this my, whoops, there's another one. I think I'm going to make this a holiday tarot deck. I didn't have a holiday tarot deck. So what I did a few days ago was I took out some of my holiday themed paper because, you know, who doesn't have holiday themed paper sitting around their house? And I made a significator card for myself with my initial, my real life initial, and there's the Queen of Pentacles in there from the Everyday Witch. So I'm going to put that in there. And now I've got a deck. So the other cards don't really have to do with this time of year, but I don't like to get totally sucked in to that whole Christmas, Hanukkah, Yule feeling. I like to remember it's so intense. I like to remember there's a whole year. There's a whole world. It's not just this, because it can feel really intense. So that, I think, will help me keep more perspective. So another thing that I'm interested in a lot, and 2023 has been the year of Dungeons and Dragons. I found this little magnet. I love my refrigerator magnet collection. So I will be putting this in here. I may find something else that's Dungeons and Dragons related, but I didn't really want to go out and spend any money on that right now, so that's it. Okay, another thing that I love and associate with Yule, maybe it's the Yule ball from Goblet of Fire, I don't know, but it is Wizarding World Harry Potter stuff. Last year, I did a Funko calendar where every day I opened up a card and I got a different Funko character from that world. And I thought this was super fun. I really enjoyed myself. I do have some duplicates in here. So I'm going to go through this. Let's see. There's Draco. And I am going to make sure I don't have any duplicates. I'm going to wrap this up with a ribbon so that I can make a little, what do you call it? A garland, like a little garland with these guys on it, because it'll just be fun to be able to display them. Then, of course, we need a chocolate frog with a card inside, so that'll be a little surprise for me. And then I have this ornament that I like to hang on my kitchen window over my sink. I think it's very fun. It's like, you know, the Weasley's house. It decorated up for the holidays. You can see some people flying in for the celebration. It's really sweet. Now, I was going to make a video about creating this charm set, and I never got around to it. I don't know if it'll ever happen. But I went to Michael's, and I found some charms that made me think of different things from the Wizarding world. And I created a little charm set that's got what you might want to call a Harry Potter theme. So that was kind of a fun thing just to make it. And I haven't made a spread sheet for these yet, but I will. And that'll be fun. So then I'm going to put this away. Maybe that'll be a little arts and crafts project for me during the holidays to make a spread, you know, like not a cloth, but like a little spread thing that I could lay out and throw my charms. In fact, you know what? Let me pull out a piece of paper from here right now. Somebody's hitting the heart button. Whoever you are, thank you very much. You know what? I think, yeah, this is the piece of paper I'm going to put in here for an arts and crafts project. So it's got this poinsettia on one side, and it's got this on the other side. So that'll be a little activity for me to do during the holidays. Another thing I'm going to put in here for this is this Fantastic Beasts playing card set. So this Fantastic piece, hey Pink at Deck Energy, hello. Yeah, do you have a Harry Potter charms set, or did you make one? I was gonna buy one off of Amazon, and then I decided to make it instead, which was fun. So I got these playing cards. I wasn't sure what they would look like for divination purposes. And then I found the illustrations, like I couldn't just read them. So now I'm just going to use them for playing cards, because when I do my playing card divination, these images, they would confuse me in terms of what I think of for playing card meanings. So I'm going to put this in here, and this will be for playing cards during the holidays, and it will either be solitaire or it will be a card game. I have no idea what my holidays are going to look like. I know I said that before, but yes. Okay, so now that kind of clears up the first couple of categories, and like I said, I'm not ruling out that I would go back and maybe at some point pick up some little Dungeons and Dragons things to add. I just didn't want to spend the money right now. So now let me pull over my other stuff here. So the other category that I have is I really get a kick out of Japanese stuff, kawaii stuff, and I had this is so much privilege, and I apologize because it sounds probably like, oh, well, excuse me, but I did get to go to Japan once over the Christmas holidays, and boy, they love Christmas over there. It doesn't make any difference that it's Christian, and most of them aren't. It's like, wow, they go hard. So I said, what can I get? I was going to go to H Mart, and then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go to Five Below and see, because they generally have Harry Potter, Hello Kitty, Sanrio stuff. Let me just see what we have there, which is, where I picked up this. They have, by the way, if you like Wizarding World stuff, Five Below has a lot. So I went, and they apparently are on the Japanese dollar store bandwagon at Five Below. A lot of stuff. So let's see what I got for my haul. I am not completely sure what this is. I feel like it's some kind of a strawberry chocolate, like the illustrations at the top of the package. See that? So that sounds interesting. And then I adore mochi, and they had this package of little milk tea mochi candies. So I took it out of the box so they could just be like little loosey things that are in here. And then, of course, you can get Pocky all over the place. Now, it's not like, you don't necessarily have to go to an Asian grocery store or gift shop to find this anymore. You can find anywhere. In fact, this comes from Thailand. It's, I think of it as Japanese, but it comes from Thailand. Yeah. And this would be an ultra processed food. Trying to cut down on those, but for the holidays, all bets are off. All right, and another thing that I really love is Japanese erasers. And let's see if these are from Japan. Nope, they're not going to tell you. And I am going to take these out of the package so you can see these. I have a whole collection of these. And I do occasionally try to do divination with them because I've got so many of all different kinds, but it's not really, I usually, it's too hard. Look, these are little koala bears. I think this one is a piggy because it's got this little squirrely tail. This a cat. See, this is not going to be a surprise for me this year because I made this whole video, so I'm going to remember all of these. And these are actually erasers, and I teach, and sometimes I use these as little teaching props, and the kids want to use them. I'm like, don't touch my erasers. Yeah, a little bit crazy. A little bit possessive. Okay, so that's another thing that's going to go in here. And then let's open this one. Now this is a collection of boba teas. I'm not going to make you look at each one of them one by one, but just different flavors, right? And if you like these Japanese erasers, I have to tell you, it has this very fussy and extremely entertaining thing to do where you can take them apart, right? You can take them apart into pieces and then build them back up together. Yeah, so that's a thing. And now here's the last thing that's going in my box. This is the save the best for last. They had this at Five Below. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. So these are from, they're made in China. And this looks like it would be from the same company, but they're not. This is from Inkology, and this, I don't know, they're not telling you. But look at these washi tapes. How fabulous are these? And then this super cute journal with these tabs for the different sections. So it's a bullet journal, and it's spiral, which is my personal favorite. And there are the dividers. Each section has got its own little super fun thing on it. How fun is that? That's super fun, right? So I almost took this with me. I went to a Masters of Tarot weekend a couple of weeks ago. And then I said, no, you got to save this. This is for the holidays. So then this is it, right? It's not all the way full, but it's kind of heavy. It's got some heft. I'm just going to close it up for now, but as I said, I am going to go back and wrap some of these things individually in tissue paper, so it, you know, takes me a little while to undo it all. So that's it. That's how I make a DIY gift box, and I do them for myself for all holidays. Sometimes I do it for my birthday, not always. I definitely have done it for myself for Valentine's Day for the last couple of years because I don't have a Valentine. Yeah, so more opportunities to practice self-love and self-care. Little opportunity, that's the silver lining. I'm not like waiting for somebody else to do it for me. So this is the kind of thing that I like to do on my channel. I like to share my experience, my wisdom, my knowledge, because I've been around for 6+ decades now, so I do feel like I've got something to say for myself. So primarily I am using divination tools, or it's associated with divination tools. I like to emphasize resilience. I like to emphasize self-care, and I like to have fun, and that's why you have seen maybe on my channel things about games, and sometimes I'll play a video game and pull tarot cards or oracle cards and do a reading for people. Yeah, so I like to incorporate Cartomancy, card reading, into the other fun elements of my life, and to just really promote play and self-care, because I think those things are so important for being resilient. And let's face it, life is going to hand you a few challenges here and there, big and small, and everything in between. And so I'd like to help you out with that and have fun. Having fun is so important. So if you'd like more of that, do subscribe and hit the like button. If you made a box or you're thinking about making a box, pop something in the chat. Hi, Steph. Pop something in the chat about what you would put in a gift box if you were making a gift box for yourself. And remember, when you see these unboxings, and I'm guilty of having done a few, you don't have to spend $70 to have a fun box to open up for some occasion. You can put a box together for yourself. If you run out, like I did, to the Five Below or dollar store, and just go through your house and find things that maybe you're not really using, like that tarot deck that hasn't found a place in my life yet. Put it in there. I put in a few gifts that I had gotten from my loved ones to remind me that, you know, even though we're apart, I can use this thing and feel connected to them. And, you know, it depends on what's important to you about that event. If it's Valentine's Day or if it is Christmas, Hanukkah, Yule, whatever you're celebrating in December this year. So thanks for stopping by, either live or on the replay squad. Really hope that my message today at least brought a little smile to your face, even if you don't do a box, and maybe sparked some creativity on how you can take care of yourself today and at the darkest time of the year, Yule. So I'm going to say goodbye, and then you're going to see me stand up and walk around because that's the only way to turn off my camera. Bye-bye, y'all.